The federal Conservative leader spent 2 days in Labrador. It's been a decade since his party held that seat, and Pierre Poilievre brought a message he hopes will convince voters to change that. Here now's Heidi Adder was there.
Pierre Poilievre toured the annual Expo Labrador trade show on Wednesday. The Conservative leader is on an Atlantic-wide tour, taking shots at the federal carbon tax and clean air regulations.
Well, life's not good for a lot of people right now. After 8 years of Trudeau, the cost of living is rising, work doesn't pay, housing costs have doubled, and people feel like they don't have basic services such as health care that they expect, and they're paying more to get less.
After the trade show afternoon, Poilievre held a meet and greet event for supporters at the Shed Pub.
In Vancouver, it adds $1 million to the price of every home. Is the delays, the fees, the charges, the consultants.
Most of the 30-minute address focused on national issues, but Poilievre took aim at how he says an increased number of firearms being prohibited would impact the hunting way of life in Labrador.
If Justin Trudeau gets his way, if he wins the next election, he will ban all civilian firearms ownership. That is his agenda.
Attendees asked about topics from access to abortion to vaccine mandates. Poilievre says to both there's a similar answer.
Every individual should be allowed to decide for what they put in their own bodies and what they do with their own bodies.
Innu Nation Grand Chief Etienne Rich came out to listen to Poilievre speak. Rich says he wants to talk to all politicians about respecting Innu rights.
We haven't been heard, and we're still screaming out loud and try to fight our own rights and just to be fair as an Indigenous people and along with Labradorians.
It's been a decade since Labrador's seat was held by a Conservative. Yvonne Jones beat incumbent Peter Panashway in 2013. Jones says she's optimistic about the next election.
You can only be judged on the policies you stand on the work you do, how you deliver for communities, companies, and people. And I'm very proud of my record in Labrador, and I put it up against any candidate any day.
Poilievre traveled to Halifax today and is traveling to St. John's tomorrow. Heidi Adder, CBC News, Happy Valley, Goose Bay.